welcome sir in the channel. This is a hard topic actually, we can say.
Because every company, when you're talking about the volumes, it's a small 5 CR company or it's a 1000 CR company. For everyone, foreign exchange is important side.
How anyone can avoid the risk of the foreign fluctuations of the currency, or how they can secure that margin.
Any exporter or importer, उनको पता होना चाहिए कि आज मैंने जो exports किया है, what is my average cost of that product?
In the international markets, a lot of things are changing. Political pressures or political things, environmental, climatic, or the internal barriers within the two countries and all. It is affecting on the international business, and especially we can say for India.
We got a 150 crore population across we got a domestic market as well. But yes, the government also wants, because we need to increase the revenue model. So government is also trying कि boss ये other products हम आज बनाते हैं यहाँ पे इसमें, and we export in the market यहाँ पे इसमें in different various countries. You got 216 countries, boss. 216 countries आपके पास है यहाँ पे. India is one country. आपका biggest competitor कौन है? It's China. सबका biggest competitor आज की तरह China ही है. Plus customer also भी सोचता है यहाँ पे कि boss, if I'm taking something I'm already taking from China, तो China को मेरे को first of मेरी वो constant quality पे मिल रहा है यहाँ पे इसमें. Quantity मिल रही है जो which I wanted यहाँ पे, and the price base. Can India match the price? That is a question we need to ask.
So welcome in the KDSushma channel back to the podcast series. बहुत सारी पॉडकास्ट सीरीज के थ्रू आप गए होंगे. एक्सपोर्टर्स को हमने देखा, इंपोर्टर्स के भी देखा, स्टेक होल्डर्स भी बहुत सारे हैं. सो दिस इज द स्पेशल पॉडकास्ट एक्चुअली वी आर नाउ कंडक्टिंग विद द वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट स्टेक होल्डर्स इन द इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस वी कैन सी. Yes, Forex, about the Forex, management of the Forex, currency hedging हो, डॉलर के फ्लक्चुएशंस हो, और कितने बड़े लॉसेस और प्रॉफिट लोग इसलिए फेस करते हैं. शायद आप स्मॉल लेवल पे कर रहे हो तो आपको इतना इम्पैक्ट नहीं होगा, बट जिनके $50,000 से $1 लाख इतने बड़े डील्स होते हैं, पॉइंट पैसों में भी अगर डॉलर गिरता है तो कितना बड़ा लॉस होता है कंपनीज को. सो आइए इस प्रॉब्लम को कैसे कवर कर सकते हैं, एंड नॉट अबाउट दिस ओनली, बट व्हाट इज द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ द डॉलर फ्लक्चुएशंस ऑन इंडियाज एक्सपोर्ट बिजनेस, ऑन द इकोनॉमी. जैसे यूएसए के इतने सारे अभी इलेक्शंस हुए, ट्रम्प जीत के आए हैं, तो व्हाट इज इम्पैक्ट ऑन द इंडियाज एक्सपोर्ट बिजनेस आल्सो, क्योंकि अभी यूएसए इट इज वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट इकोनॉमी वी कैन से, एंड उनका इम्पैक्ट हमारे ऊपर होता है. So welcome in today's podcast, the renowned speaker actually, or renowned consultant we can say, from the Finrex Treasury, Mr. Chintan Master. So welcome sir in the channel, and I know this is the topic, hard topic actually we can say. लोगों को डर लगता है, but उतना ही यूजफुल है उनके लिए कि पैसे तो कमाने हैं, उससे भी बढ़िया हम बोल सकते हैं कि बचाने कैसे हो सकते हैं और बढ़ा कैसे सकते हैं. So just introduce about you and your company and how you have started this big actual thing.
Well, Sushma, thank you for the calling us for this podcast. And definitely, it's been a long journey. It's been almost a decade back. We started off this venture. Me and Himesh started off this venture almost in 2014, when we found that there was a huge gap in the market space. Not respect to only foreign exchange and treasury matters, but with respect to the banking areas as well. So we are a company which is more focused on the technology side, more to the data side, and more to the treasury segments of areas. Okay. Companies across varied industries towards different kind of business lines. We found that major of the companies in international markets, small organizations are literally facing a lot of issues, with respect to these kind of skills. Okay. That's the reason Finrex was born. And in 2014, me and Himesh thought to start this venture. When I think the elections came into picture, BJP came into picture, so there was a lot of wave of the markets, international markets waves towards the Indian election side. So we thought, let us pull up our socks, and we started off. So what you said, absolutely. For treasury management is one of the most important subject, and in India, the companies have really been looking this in a very different perspective.
Yeah.
Because every company, when you're talking about the volumes, even if it's a small 5 CR company or it's a 1000 CR company, for everyone, foreign exchange is important side. It really directly impacts your margins. It directly impacts your business focus. It impacts your costing side. All these things are important side. Yes. Managing directors and CFOs are always been concerned. So we are at a company, yes, we have played a technology role in this case. So technologies have been placed, data side has been placed. So that's something what we've been doing it.
Yeah, that's great actually. But it's like more useful way or more simpler way. Can you just give me the example? Like you are just talking about you're working in the data, mathematics, or the technology. So what it actually mean?
So absolutely. In a basic language, we have developed a technology side which gives a lot of inputs about for the MDs and CFOs to get the right data on the live rates, or you're talking about the forward premiums, or you talk about the all different kind of circulars which were coming all together side.
Okay.
Today, data plays an important role in the market space. When we say about data, without data, a person cannot do anything. So, secondly, most important, the research part. Because a backbone is research, we have been focusing on these areas. Research completely gives information about what's happening in international markets, what's happening in the local markets, Indian markets.
Right.
When you see about example, an exporter which is doing 40-50 crore exports in the market space, he needs to know all these things. He needs to know what's happening in the market of UK, what's happening in the the Trump, which has been playing a role in the international. What's role is going to come? What's going to impact it? And after that, he's going to be taking up the decisions. So this implies when you come to decisions making over the exports booking side, forward side, yes, this plays a role in this line.
So you need to understand that all the things.
Yeah,
based on that, the decisions will be made.
See, when you see about the economics, it plays a very big role. When you see about when you meet about managing director, we need to understand what are his skills and what are the roles he's supposed to be looking at. He really needs to upgrade himself on the economics. What is the markets happening? What are the inflation figures in those kind of countries? Because if a company is exporting some XYZ product, he needs to understand whether this is a low purchasing power parity country or it's a high purchasing power country. So those kind of otherwise the way the 10 years the businesses used to be happening, it's not the same way the India. It's never going to be same. It's never going to be same. So when we say about the business channels, when business side of the structure, companies are really looking at to upgrading themselves on the technology side also. Plus, they want the right information, right consulting, right advice. That's the place where we play the role.
Actually, so and that's we can say the Finrex will be in the picture.
Yeah. So Finrex plays a picture across all foreign exchange, treasury, banking, Exim, FEMA, all these areas we've been playing it.
Okay. So just to start with the conversation, like how anyone can avoid the risk of the foreign fluctuations of the currency, or how they can like secure that margins, which is actually because of the fluctuations, like it is happening.
See, currency FX, yes. Right now it's been quite highly volatile because a lot of just recently Trump election has happened up. So there's a lot of movements which has come. People want to know what's happening in the market space. One also needs to understand, any exporter or importer, उनको पता होना चाहिए कि आज मैंने जो exports किया है, what is my average cost of that product? Okay. So when we say about the average cost of a product, that is not related to the price of that, product, normal product. I'm talking about the currency costing of that product. Okay. So when you say about the currency costing, for example, some exporter today the spot market is 84. So he might be taking 83.50 or 83 as a costing side while he's doing the export orders. So that's more important. What is the margins? What kind of business he's into? Like, for example, a company like, which is in cotton yarn or spices or marine industry, which is a thin line margin business lines. Right. When you talk about those kind of margins, which is just hardly, 2%, 3%, for FX is going to play an important, very big role.
Yeah.
So FX will play a big role in that format because 2% margin, because it all depends on margin, because he might be earning not that high, so he needs to be hedged.
But he will lose that high.
Yeah. I know the 2017 when rupee appreciated, a lot of companies which were having a costing, they were having a costing when the spot was trading at 76 and the rupee went to 72. Yeah. So they lost huge money.
Actually.
So we become much more biased. Companies become more biased towards that side when they have their own costing side.
Right.
So for 3 rupees down, that is almost meaning you're talking about 2.5% currency appreciated. It's a big risk.
It's a big actually loss.
So companies lose big money. I don't want to name a very large corporate. It's a very which was having almost, they bought FCCBs. Foreign currency convertible bonds. So that company was they bought it at 39. The managing director of a very large corporate, he was expecting rupee to go 35. And at the end, FCCBs, which were getting matured in the next 2 years period of time, he made the payments at 55.
Oh.
So I'm talking almost 12 years, 13 years back the story. Yeah. So what happened? He lost his business, not because of the, his business loss, but it was actually an FX loss.
Yes, actually.
Because आपका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का 30% कॉस्ट बढ़ गया.
वो तो है.
अगर आपका 30% कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगा, तो at the end your cost is going to be expensive on that thing.
Right.
You really need to be, आप उसको माल बेचोगे कैसे?
And it's a huge actually.
So FX plays a very big role. See, nowadays FX is playing one needs to hedge it. Simple. Hedging का रेशियो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट करता है आप इसमें. आप कितना हेज करते हो आप इसमें. मैंने मार्केट्स में आप देखते हो कभी कुछ कंपनीज 30% रखता है, कोई 50% रखता है, कोई 100% रखता है. इट ऑल डिपेंड्स कि वो अपना बिजनेस का थिन मार्जिन बिजनेस है, लार्ज मार्जिन बिजनेस है, व्हाट आर हिज कंफर्ट्स, कैसे उसका पेमेंट साइकिल है, कैसे कि अगर मेरे को 1st of November को पेमेंट मिलता है, I'm supposed to be receiving I'm getting an order on 1st of November. I'm going to receive the payments in the month of month of 30th Jan को पेमेंट आता है. तो he's got a 3-month cycle.
Right.
तो 3 महीने का साइकिल होता है. उसके बीच में FX कैसे रोल प्ले है वो इम्पोर्टेंट है. तो every exporter needs to analyze these subjects.
Yes. Instead of only focusing on all that part, it's also one of the good way to make the margins and how you can increase.
So see, I know a lot of companies which really wants to make up this FX as a profit center. But see, in a longer run, after spending my almost good amount of years in the market space and treasury space, we have seen that, I would suggest always saying FX को आप business मत बनाओ आप इसमें. It should always be a second role of to be. Second, आपका business profit. First, आपका business profit. Second is your currency profit.
That's true.
अगर आप currency को first trend में shift किया ना, so there will be a lot of issues.
Yes.
Because then आप अपना mainline business focus नहीं करो.
Actually.
I know a lot of customers जो 50 होके का धंधा कर रहा था आप इसमें, and still they have been still doing 50-55 crores, 70-60 crores तक. Because he's been focusing on a lot of intermediaries of these areas, but he did not. But he would have focused on the mainline business lines. Things would have been much more different.
Yes.
So you need to see the larger picture than the shorter picture.
Yes.
So that's
and
something.
That is dependent. Yes. And regarding this, that is actually the good and valid point we can say. It is one of the security of the business that you can play safer and you can play more actually. Yeah.
So hedging is important.
Hedging, yes.
Hedging is like an insurance what you're taking it for yourself. Even if you are paying a premium or insurance हम क्यों लेते हैं आप इसमें? Because we know that if I'm not there today आप इसमें, so I'm supposed to be getting that. If I'm not there, my family is going to be taken care in the next after me.
Yes.
Same way, FX में आपको पता है कि आज 84 है, अगर मेरे को exporter I'm earning the premium out of it, I'm hedged it. But then I hedge करके जो premium मिला आप इसमें, but then I'm focusing on my business also.
Okay.
But hedging भी आपको you need to understand the view. You need to understand कि मेरा payment का cycle कब है आप इसमें वो सब. Like for example, a lot of African countries where we are exporting in India, we don't have the dates fixed. आपको पता नहीं कि पेमेंट आने नहीं वाला कि नहीं है. तो ये करेंसी को हेज करना भी डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है.
Right.
देन उसका एक प्लानिंग होता है.
Okay.
It's all planning. Treasury management, मतलब I can understand this show, which you have, running it, within an hour, so we cannot discuss much more details.
Yes.
But yes, what will happen? Treasury management is a very important subject.
Planning and all.
It's all about planning. Okay. You need to know the figures. You need to know कि भाई मेरा आज एक्सपोर्ट हो रहा है, मेरे को रेमिटेंसेस कम आने वाले हैं आप इसमें. You need to know which the bankers channel कौन सा करेंसी में कर रहे हैं, what kind of volatility is in that currency आप इसमें, what kind of funds I'm supposed to be taking. Everything is interconnected.
Yes.
So that's exactly the important subject.
Yes. So regarding this, to continue with all the discussions, now in the international markets, a lot of things are changing. Political pressures or political things, environmental, climatic, or the internal barriers within the two countries and all. It is affecting on the international business, and especially we can say for India.
See, India is absolutely not. We cannot keep the India aside. India is absolutely been focusing on exports market. ठीक है, अपना GDP is big. We got a 150 crore population across the. We got a domestic market as well. But yes, the government also wants, because we need to increase the revenue model.
Yeah.
अपना country का इसमें major of the revenues is coming from the government is earning from the domestic side because अपना population ज़्यादा है इसमें. But आपका purchasing power parity is not that high. We are a low purchasing power parity. Consumption आपका increase नहीं हो रहा है आप इसमें. So government is also trying कि boss ये अगर products हम आज बनाते हैं आप इसमें and we export in the market आप इसमें in different various countries. You got 216 countries, boss.
Yes.
216 कंट्रीज आपके पास हैं यहाँ पे. इंडिया इज वन कंट्री विद डेफिनेटली मैमूथ पॉपुलेशन इंडिया में आप इसमें. तो इंडिया himself is a powerhouse. It's a big market यहाँ इसमें. But yes, बाहर जाते हैं तो क्या होता है, आपका प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी इंप्रूव होने के चांसेस काफी ज्यादा है.
Yes.
You improve your product quality. Government also wants कि भाई आप exports increase करो, पर इतना आसान नहीं है आप इसमें. Today if you're targeting exports market, if you're targeting US, Europe, आपकी वो level का quality बनाना important है आप इसमें. You need to be focusing with आपका quality और आपका quality चाइना को match करता है कि नहीं आप इसमें. Today our exports, when you are concentrating on US, Europe, अपना biggest competitor कौन है? It's China. सबका biggest competitor आज की तरह China ही है.
Yes.
So China is the biggest. So you need to understand if you want to match them, because क्या होता है, इंडिया का पास में इकोनॉमी लार्ज स्केल नहीं है. एक्सपोर्टर्स के पास में प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, दे वांट टू एक्सपोर्ट, पर क्या होता है, इसकी प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी अगर 100 है, वो चाइना की प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी 1000 है. सो दे कैन मीट अप द प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी के जो इकोनॉमी और लार्ज स्केल का प्राइसिंग चल रहा है, उसमें बहुत स्ट्रांग चल रहा है. This is the way the government needs to understand, and even the exporter needs to understand that boss, we are not able to cater to the market. Agar apna आज exports, when you talk about Trump, US, we're exporting what, 12 to 14 billion dollar exports, manufacturing export to US.
Yes.
Whereas China is more than 50 billion dollars के exports, manufacturing exports.
Huge difference actually.
So huge difference, ना?
Yes.
पर वो आज हमारे पास से क्यों लेगा? जब उसको चाइना में उसको
सस्ते में मिल रहा है,
जो हम 100 में दे रहे हैं वो उसको 90 में मिल रहा है आप इसमें.
Right.
And today it is not easy to shift the customer from China to India.
That is actually
US
challenging.
customer also भी सोचता है यहाँ पे कि boss, if I'm taking something I'm already taking from China, तो चाइना को मेरे को first of मेरी वो constant quality पे मिल रहा है यहाँ पे इसमें, quantity मिल रही है जो which I wanted यहाँ पे इसमें,
and the price is
and the price base. Can India match the price? That is a question we need to ask.
Right.
And all these things been happening, after this world level ke dynamics are really getting changed. But Sushma, I would say, in the last 2.5 years period of time, we have seen that itna dynamic volatility, we have never seen it.
Actually.
You're seeing a lot of wars which have been happening up. When you talk about the Russia-Ukraine, methodology which happened up. So Russia-Ukraine method, which has happened up, it has impacted across the world.
Yeah.
More than 100 countries has been downgraded.
Right.
Downgrade हुआ तो इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम बढ़ गया वो कंट्री की. Plus, because of that Russia-Ukraine, inflation got rise in the world markets. So inflation अगर बढ़ता है यहाँ पे इसमें, तो US started increasing interest rates.
Right.
US interest rates increase किया, तो what happened?
Currency and also मतलब सारी चीजें बढ़ गई.
Everything got impacted.
Yes,
Indian currency also. FX में अगर देखो तो 76 का 83 हो गया. There was huge movement, ना? So international market में movement हुआ. There was a lot of Russia-Ukraine के कारण inflation हुआ. Inflation increased to higher increase of interest rates by the US counterparts. Interest rates अगर increase हुआ, तो क्या world market में सारे जगह जो पैसा था, बांग्लादेश, श्रीलंका, Malaysia, you're talking about the other countries, African countries, we saw a lot of funds moving out of there.
Yeah.
इसका कारण है, why today Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, why are they facing the issues? It's because कोई इंस्टीट्यूशन उनके कंट्री में पैसा नहीं लगाना चाहता है. तो 6% में 5.5% पे अगर people are getting in US, why would take risk?
Why they will tell you?
Why?
That's true.
अफ्रीका की बहुत सारी कंट्रीज को यही प्रॉब्लम्स है ना.
इसीलिए तो मतलब इकोनॉमी को ग्रोथ मतलब वो चैलेंजिंग हो रहा है उनके लिए.
ग्रोथ चैलेंजिंग हो गया इसमें. So today when we are talking today, I would say Africa is a good market. But Africa is not a consumption increase होना चाहिए.
But
गरीब कंट्री, yeah, it's not happening. गरीब कंट्री इसलिए कंजम्पशन नहीं इंक्रीज नहीं हो पा रहा है इसमें. So it's very dynamic, right now it's all happening. Government also wants to increase their exports. Government really wants to find new ways how we can increase exports, but there are international blockages. Actually. I would say itne sare international blockages. Everyone has to rechange. Like we have just finished Diwali. It's just Diwali week been still running up isme. But Trump election has just finished day before yesterday up isme. All central bankers, all government policy matters, they are getting busy now because they are going to work on their policy matters. Right. Because they know that somewhere or the other the tariffs are going to be coming up.
Actually.
And tariff might be, which Trump is putting on China, it might be just a negotiation tool as well.
Right.
वो 60% बोलते हैं आप इसमें, but they also know that if they put 60%, short-term inflation in their country will also increase.
Actually, it will increase. Yes, definitely increase.
So inflation भी today inflation अगर increase होता है तो government को problem होता है, voters को problem होता है इसमें. Right. So for them also it's a problem. None of the government today wants inflation in the country.
Right.
Inflation can shift the election criteria.
Actually.
We have seen this in London. We have seen this in France. We are seeing this joblessness, which is a problem facing in USA.
Mhm.
We have seen in the Lok Sabha elections also, anti-cubancy we have seen in India also.
Yeah.
So it's been happening.
A lot many things actually.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's all dynamic change. Dynamics has really got changed.
Yes. So in this aspect, like the dynamics and the world, like environment is already totally changing. As a business, what could be my strategy to tackle all these things and to survive and sustain in this?
See, I always tell my clients, boss, you guys all have to spend money on technology.
Okay.
You really have to get upgradation yourselves or innovations. अगर आप simple 10 years back I used to tell my customers, okay boss, आप यहाँ से XYZ product लिया और बेच दिया, there is no economics.
Yes.
You're not doing anything. You 3% मिल गया, merchant exports कर दिया, ये कभी ना कभी टेक्नोलॉजी आ जाएगा, B2B प्लेटफॉर्म आ जाएगा, आपका बिजनेस चला जाएगा. And it has.
Yes, and it is actually doing
it. It is actually happening. Lot of merchant export. I know the merchant exporters which used to be doing 200, 300, 400 करोड़ का धंधा करता था आप इसमें. Today they are not doing because direct manufacturing company is selling them.
Yeah.
The second generation exporters जो manufacture करता था आप इसमें, उसके बच्चे लोग
e-commerce और वो बहुत
e-commerce has played a role. The kids, there are kids who have been bigger now. Right. They are saying कि boss हम manufacture करेंगे, हम export करेंगे. Right. So where is the merchant exporter going? Today merchant exporter को आज की तारीख में because he thought that कि मैं यहाँ से लेके खाली माल बेच दूंगा आप इसमें and I'll earn some 3%, 2% of business line आप इसमें. That story is finished. There are only few industries where merchant exporters are giving the entrance.
Yes.
So one needs to understand what is the innovation you guys are doing it. That's more important. Yeah. I'm saying, see, in India, जो traditional economy exports हो रहा है, वहाँ तो आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो आप इसमें. मतलब वहाँ changes लाना, it's not going to be an easy question यहाँ इसमें. पर जो new rising sectors है, that's the focus. So आपको भी उसका क्या change कर सकते हो वो आपको देखना पड़ेगा आप इसमें. और exporters really have to. मतलब I say that the MDs of companies has to invest their time. कम से कम आपका talk about 14 hours a day or multiply by 5 भी करते हो 70 hours, उसमें से आपका 10 hours should be going on innovation side. You need to be focusing on strategic development subjects. Okay. Exporters, if they are covering only 5-6 countries में इतने टाइम से एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे थे, आपने दूसरी कंट्रीज को देखा ही नहीं है, बस go and travel those countries. Actually. Go and travel those countries. You need to have the touch feel. Because आपको अगर आप सोचो एक्सपोर्ट्स करना चाहते हो and you want to take the business out of China आप इसमें, you really have to get the clutches on the mouth from these people. Because इनका relationship बहुत strong है और सस्ते में दे रहे, क्वालिटी अच्छा दे रहे, तो आपको क्यों धंधा देगा?
So we need to be in the market.
Yeah, we need to be in the market.
Yes.
We need to market.
Yes. And to understand the market very well.
We need to understand that market. We need to understand our innovation side. See, I don't want to be that negative part on the exporter side. True. But I just want to say this, that Indian companies में risk taking ability में भी खाली ऊपर में है, नीचे की companies में इतनी नहीं है. Yeah. When you say the pyramid के खाली 5% companies are taking high risk or 10% companies are taking high risk. The bottom companies, are they not able to change themselves, or they are not able to upgrade themselves, or they are not able to take more risk in the market space. One of my customer, he mentioned me, client, what he said, he said, okay, boss, I do a business of 100 CR का मैं exports कर रहा हूँ ऑफिस में, but when I see my Chinese counterparts, so they have a different kind of way of working. So when we say way of working different, जब तक आज मेरे को 10% का धंधा का प्रॉफिट नहीं मिलेगा ना, मैं बिजनेस नहीं करूंगा ऑफिस में. China, what is does in that case, कि बस मेरे को 3% बिजनेस मिला, पर मैं एक साल इसके धंधा करूंगा 3% के बिजनेस में, then I get a hang of it. Okay. It's totally different. Story is different. Yes. Story is absolutely different.
And that is why the results are also different.
It's a thought process. Process.
But Indian mentality is actually like that.
Conservative mindset sometimes is a problem. I'm not saying that we are a built of entrepreneurs.
Yes.
I love entrepreneurship. Yeah. I think there is a huge opportunity in India. India may be international में यहाँ पे इसमें. I think all company needs to look in a different way. हम लोग, I think in a month basis, I think you're talking about 20-25 companies we are meeting. We see that the kind of area these companies are focused. If you're not changing the areas, nothing will happen.
So this is one of the strategy actually they need to implement. Be
Yes,
creative,
yes.
be innovative, and as per the market.
Yeah. So as for the market, you really have to understand what is working, what is not working. You really have to put your energy in that line.
Actually.
People I know a lot of company 100 CR का धंधा कर रहे हैं ऑफिस में, पर वो अभी भी GST compliances में घुसा हुआ है ऑफिस में. बल्कि he should give that job to someone else. Because you do it and finish this matter.
Yes.
So outsourcing matter, so outsourcing basically is outsourcing.
Yeah. So जैसे कहावत है ना, जो जिसका काम है उसको करने दो, आप हमारा काम करो.
Exactly. So people have started understanding. See, we are following. ऐसा नहीं है, पर this time should not go ahead. आप उसको 3 साल लगा दोगे तो आप चला गया, वो टाइम चला जाएगा आप इसमें. आउटसोर्सिंग बिजनेस हैज ऑलरेडी इरप्टेड इन इंडिया. आज हम जो कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे, जो यूएस और सिंगापुर में पहले होता था, वो आज हम कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे इसमें. हम भी आउटसोर्सिंग करते हैं. ट्रेजरी मैनेजमेंट आउटसोर्सिंग हम भी कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे इसमें. So companies like mid-sized organizations, they do not have that kind of skills or personals on those kind of category. We handle them.
Yeah.
We handle the treasury management part on those lines.
Right.
So one needs to understand, because you need to understand, this is my core subject, this is my non-core subject. My focus has to be on the core subject. Itna time jana chahiye, non-core mein itna jana chahiye.
Yeah.
So that's
then only the business will
flourish. Yeah, business will flourish. Baki government, everyone is going to give an excuse. I'm not saying excuses. So there are lots of my export is not happening. These are reasons, that reason. It's always going to be there. We just need to find a ways for it.
Yeah, that's true. So it's all actually really worthy discussions. Actually, people need to understand that and need to implement also. So coming to your company, Finrex Treasury, that you are doing a lot of many works actually in this field. So can you just give one case study of your client or any example that where the Finrex Treasury actually had the work with them and how the results has been changed? So maybe it will be the understanding more better way.
Good. See, there are lots of customers we have been working. So one of the customer, it's just an example.
Yes, it's just an example.
There was a chemical manufacturing company. They were doing 150 CR exports. So 150 crore exports. What he was facing, he was doing a lot of in dyes and chemicals. Dyes mein uska major business tha. So the MD himself, there was a son also who साथ में मिलकर कर रहे थे यहाँ पे इसमें. They were a good team also. But they were always used to face a lot of problems in foreign exchange matters. They were, unka core subject of chemical, they were too strong. They knew what is happening, what's not happening. They knew their trends of business also very line. That point of time they are having 150 crore volume में आप इसमें. 150 crore का volume में जब ये था, तब मैं उनसे start किया आप इसमें. When we met up यहाँ पे इसमें, when we started with the treasury का पूरा role play करा, we took their outsourcing business. We started. We started booking their all FX transaction with their bank, bank side. We advise them in a lot of areas in the banking channel side. We advise them on the booking of forward contracts via bank, because we are more to the more inclined to the hedging part of the subject side. So what happens there? They got to save a lot of their time.
Okay.
They got to save a lot of their time. They got a lot of intellects from our end. To them, what's happening in the international market. The owner's son, so he to just mentioned me what I've learned a lot of things with you guys in last 3 years, and he shares that with his customers over there.
Okay.
And he got a lot of businesses through that also. Okay. So basically, when it comes to today, knowledge is nothing. This podcast is a knowledge.
Knowledge, yes.
It's a knowledge. So वो knowledge से आज की तारीख में वो business आज कर पाए. वो 4 चीजें उसके customers को बताया आप इसमें. He could get more business as well. What they want a good friend.
Yeah.
When we say about consultant or technology or whatever you say, they need a good friend. They want a person who can advise me in all these areas. On the foreign exchange matters, FEMA, banking, all these matters. Whatever question was, Finrex is a company where I need to speak.
Yes.
I need to get this solved.
Yeah.
So after, today it's a 5th year when we have been doing it. So today they are doing a volume of 355 crore exports. They have grown heavily. But last 1 year, because industry dice is not doing that well, they have lost it. Baki agar 4 saal, 5 saal ke andar, they have grown.
Yes.
So, but now what they are saying, it's a relationship is too strong that they are saying, hey, boss, no, nothing doing. It's all working well. So उनको knowledge चाहिए तो knowledge मिल रहा है यहाँ पे इसमें. उनको आइडियाज जो चाहिए hedging पे यहाँ पे इसमें, क्योंकि आज की तारीख में उनका काम जो केमिकल का है वो भी 14 घंटे मेहनत कर रहे हैं वापस
Yeah.
में. तो Finrex team is also today putting in their efforts.
And that's actually synergy
Yeah,
between
yeah.
you and them.
So, well, that's a synergy.
Yes.
That's a synergy यहाँ पे इसमें.
And
So,
that helps to grow.
see, it is not necessary that everything we're supposed to be knowing it. You know, one
Not
life.
needed actually.
हाँ,
Yes, yes. We
एक-
cannot be master of all the things
Yeah, yeah,
actually.
एक लाइफ कम है सब सीखने के लिए यहाँ पे इसमें. Was they are strong in manufacturing, marketing.
Yes, yes.
बराबर,
What is your
yeah.
core? You
So
be
उनको
in
क्या
that.
चाहिए? Finance में भी they are strong. They've got a good team which has been doing it, but then they want something, one specialized subject of foreign exchange.
Okay.
Like
But that's good actually.
Yeah.
Yes, that's good. And really, I must say, like, it will be really helpful to the companies if they really implement all that strategies in place and how the international markets are affecting on your business. Actually, the dollar, the currency, the fluctuations, so everything. There is a lot many things like you say,
Yeah.
the market dynamics are there, and definitely the companies like you will be really helpful for the growth of their business. And जैसे हमने कहा कि वो जो जिसका काम है उसको करने दो, हम हमारा काम करेंगे.
Yeah, absolutely. See, I always tell, last week also, I had a very brief discussion with one gentleman. Business है, ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं है. There is business in the market space. It's just that we need to understand which sides we need to be focusing on.
Yeah, that's true actually. So I hope audience also has got some perspectives actually how you can do the business and how you can grow in the international business. So this discussions or this like whatever we have discussed here, it is not about the only existing companies who are in the market, but it is for every one of you, like from the start to the growing and to like we can say the large companies also. This is for every one of you. Once you like from the start of the point, if you manage all the things, definitely the growth opportunities and prospects are there.
Great. I would like to add one more point here. See, now कैसे? See, अभी exports increase करना है आप इसमें, right? What I really find that what you should that we need to understand, we need to identify which products that we should be exporting.
Okay.
India के पास में इतना बड़ा population है, बराबर है यहाँ पे इसमें, and we need to identify. अगर आप कोई large product है जो already China is exporting 4,000 crore का exports कर ही रहे हैं यहाँ पे इसमें, आप वो प्रोडक्ट में कुछ घुस के कुछ करने जाते हो वहाँ पे इसमें, you might get a tough competition from China.
That's true.
So you need to identify यहाँ पे इसमें, on that line यहाँ पे इसमें, you need to identify कि बॉस चाइना यहाँ से इतना एक्सपोर्ट कर रहा है यहाँ पे इसमें, अगर मैं यहाँ से एक्सपोर्ट करना चाहता हूँ, I need to find that कि मैं चाइना से क्या नहीं कर सकता हूँ. You need to focus. All exporters need to focus on 5 countries. I think one is you need to focus. चाइना क्या एक्सपोर्ट्स करता है, ब्राजील क्या करता है यहाँ पे इसमें, you need to focus on वियतनाम, you need to focus on मेक्सिको यहाँ पे इसमें, इंडोनेशिया, they are manufacturing countries यहाँ पे इसमें, यही 5-6 लोग कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे इसमें. बाकी यूएस जितना ही बोले उनको इतना आसान नहीं है मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करना यहाँ पे इसमें. They cannot run the show like 14 hours day job which has been happening in China. They cannot do that. कार्बन टैक्स और वो सब चीज आ रहा है, पोल्यूशन वाली कंट्री सेक्टर्स अमेरिका यूरोप कभी कर नहीं पाएगा इसमें. टैरिफ्स रहेंगे यहाँ पे इसमें, दे विल हैव टू बेयर द टैरिफ इसीलिए है ताकि वो फैक्ट्रीज नहीं कर रहे, इसलिए दे माइट डू दैट इन सोशल सिक्योरिटी वे यहाँ पे इसमें. बाकी आई डोंट सी द लेबर लॉज भी स्ट्रांग है यहाँ पे इसमें. एंड अच्छा, वन मोर गुड पॉइंट व्हिच आई फाइंड व्हिच ऑल एक्सपोर्टर्स नीड टू फोकस, क्या अपने इंडियंस का प्रोडक्टिविटी इन बिजनेस इज नॉट दैट हाई. So when you talk about China का productivity 9 hours है out of 11 hours of duty. India, we are manufacturing. I'm talking about. The productivity is 6.5 hours. Recently, there's an example of iPhone shifting again back to Foxconn because he found a problem with productivity.
Okay.
So manufacturing increase करना है, but productivity नहीं है. So ये बहुत बड़ा problems है which enterprise needs to find out, and people also needs to understand कि हम अपना प्रोडक्टिविटी इंक्रीज करें. प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ेगा तो क्या होगा, प्राइस नीचे आएगा. प्राइस नीचे आएगा तो आप माल बेच पाओगे ना इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में,
and that will be competitive in the international
competitive market में. Absolutely. So that is one of the most important area also which we need to see.
Yes.
See, so that's exactly also one point which I think all entrepreneurs need to understand. We need to focus on productivity. We need to focus on the right products when we are exporting. जितना इजी दिखता ना यहाँ से लेके बेचना, वो आपका अभी नहीं तो 3 साल के बाद वो भी खत्म हो जाएगा.
तो वो होने वाला है.
One needs to add some addition. आपने अगर कहीं से लिया है, आप कुछ 10-15% उसमें एडिशन करो, फिर उसको एक्सपोर्ट करो. So that is something which needs to be focused on.
And like it is actually the value addition gives profit.
Yeah. Even the businesses which were running just on the गवर्नमेंट का मेरे को स्कीम मिल रहा है, आई एम गेटिंग अ 2% स्कीम, आई एम अर्निंग ओनली ऑन दैट, और उसका मैं 10 करोड़ 20 करोड़ 25 करोड़ का एक्सपोर्ट्स कर रहा हूँ, और मैं 100 का रुपीस में जो मैं लाता हूँ वही प्राइस में बेचता हूँ, 2% मेरे को जो गवर्नमेंट मिलता है उसी को मैं प्रॉफिट करता हूँ. सो गवर्नमेंट हैज अ प्रॉब्लम इन दैट आल्सो.
यस,
गवर्नमेंट
बहुत
से
सारे चेंजेस हो रही है उसके लिए.
गवर्नमेंट changes, I don't want to question on the podcast, directly question to the government, but there are government changes are very slow in nature.
Yes.
Very slow. इनको मार्च में करना चाहिए था, वो नवंबर में कर रहे हैं. ये प्रॉब्लम है.
वो तो है. The systems and processes and all that.
Exactly. By the time they come to know that we need to do change, decision making, country is big, na?
Yeah.
Country is big.
वो तो है.
If the country is smaller, it is easy to manage. Bigger country, difficult to manage.
Yes.
Headcounts are more. Yesterday's Elon Musk has given a statement यहाँ पे इसमें कि government के headcounts कम करो यहाँ पे इसमें, so that process window fast हो जाए यहाँ पे इसमें.
Okay.
File moves faster on that line. It is not a good sign, because I don't want to put up the unemployment stuff over here. But yes, today entrepreneurs want from the government one window है, तो one window के they need to focus on those lines.
Yes. In short, whatever it is useful for the growth of the country, the people, we need to do that.
Yes.
That is actually we can say the meaning of all things. So yes, there are lot many actually बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, बहुत सारे discussions हो सकते हैं. Hard topic को बहुत easy करके हमने explain किया है. I hope you all understand that and you will implement that. So thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time and guidance you have shared with the audience and all. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Sushma. Ross, once again, I know you since good amount of years. I think I have been seeing it. You have a lot of followers across you for the podcast. Good to see that. What are you doing?
Yes. Many more things actually in the pipeline.
Yeah. Good.
Thank you. And for you all, don't forget to take action. Jai Hind.